Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to discuss BJT DC current gain problems, and second one is BJT transistor operated in saturation mode, and third one is current components in PNP transistors. Right? Already we discussed DC current gain in different configurations, CB, CE, CC configurations, and corresponding DC current gain expressions. In CB configuration, alpha is equal to IC by IE, and alpha approximately equal to 1, and maximum value, if you neglect the base current, maximum alpha is equal to 1. In CE configuration and beta current gain, that is equal to IC by IB, beta range 50 to 500. And in CC configuration, gamma, that is equal to IE by IB, and gamma is equal to beta plus 1. Now consider the problems here. And one more important relation here is, already we know that in transistor, IE is equal to emitter current is equal to IB plus IC. Emitter current is equal to IB plus IC. Remember this one, right? Okay, come to the first problem. Okay, all these are all the substitution problems only. In a common base transistor circuit, all problems are taken from Salivahana textbook, Electronic Device and Circuits by Salivahana. Okay, first problem is in CB transistor circuit. Here the configuration given is CB configuration, and a given emitter IA is equal to 10 milliamperes, and collector current IC is equal to 9.8 milliamperes. Find the value of base current IB. Okay, given two currents IE and IC. Okay, find the another current, right? We know the relation is equal to IE is equal to IB plus IC. From that, then substitute here. IE is equal to IB plus IC. From that, IB is equal to IE minus IC. That is equal to 0.2 milliamperes. Simple problem, only 2 marks problems, right? Okay, this is based on the relationship in a transistor currents is equal to NPN transistor. IA is equal to IB plus IC. Let's come to the second problem. Same in CB connection. A given IA is equal to 6.28 milliamperes. IA is equal to 6.28 milliamperes. And IC is equal to 6.20 milliamperes. Determine the common base DC current gain. In common base DC current gain, what is common base DC current gain? Alpha. What is alpha is equal to output current by input current. In CB configuration, output current is equal to IC and input current is equal to IE. Then substitute, you will get 0.987, right? Remember the alpha maximum value is equal to 1, right? 99%, you will get the range of alpha is equal to 0.95 to 0.99. Okay, this is the range of alpha is 0.95 to 0.99. Okay, then only that is correct, right? In second problem, a given IE and IC, find the common base DC current gain alpha value. Okay, come to the third problem. What is third problem? In common base DC current gain of a transistor is 0.967. Okay, given alpha value, alpha is equal to 0.967, and also given another current, emitter current is 10 milliamperes. What is the value of base current? Okay, here the given parameters are, one is alpha and another one is IE. You know that alpha is equal to IC by IE, output current by input current, that is equal to IC by IE. From that we can easily calculate IC current. So IC current is equal to 9.67 milliamperes. Once you know the IC current, already given emitter current, from using this relation, you can easily calculate base current. So IA is equal to IB plus IC. Okay. From that, IB is equal to IE minus IC, 10 minus 9.67 milliampere, that is equal to 0.33 milliamperes, right? So in this problem, a given alpha value and also a given one more current value, alpha and one current value, then find the base current. Okay, by using alpha and IE, find IC current. Once you know the IC current, by using this expression, you can easily calculate IB current. Okay. Now here, okay, this is almost similar to the previous problem. A given transistor IA is equal to 10 milliamperes and alpha is equal to 0.98 milliamperes. Determine the collector current and base current. Okay, given emitter current 10 milliamperes and the DC current gain alpha A given means what is the configuration? Configuration is common base configuration, that is equal to 0.98 alpha. Then alpha is equal to IC by IE. From that, IC is equal to 9.8 milliamperes. Once you know the IC, by using this relation, IE is equal to IB plus IC, then that is equal to IB is equal to 0.2 milliamperes, right? In common base configuration, we may neglect IB also. IE approximately equal to IC. Observe here, what is IC value? IC value is equal to 9.8 milliamperes. What is IE value? IE value is equal to 10 milliamperes. Okay, almost the same, right? Approximately equal to same. So in CB configuration, IE or IC approximately equal to IE. Okay, let's come to the next problem. If a transistor has alpha of 0.97, okay, alpha is equal to 0.97. Find the value of beta. If beta is equal to 200, find the value of alpha, right? Okay, given two cases. From the alpha, find the beta. Then from the beta, find the alpha. Already we derived the relationship between interrelationship between three transistor configuration current gains alpha, beta, and also gamma. Now here in this problem, given alpha. Once you know the alpha, what is the beta? Beta in terms of alpha. Beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. That is equal to substitute this value. Beta is equal to 32.33. And second one is if beta is equal to 200, what is alpha? What is alpha here? Alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. So that is equal to 200 by 200 plus 1, that is equal to 0.995. Okay, like that you can calculate different current gains once you know the one transistor configuration current gain. Okay, given alpha means you know the CB configuration current gain. From that you can easily calculate beta. What is beta? Beta means CE configuration current gain. If beta is given, find the alpha. Right. So these are the relations. Beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha. Alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Okay. Next, another problem is a given beta value. A transistor has beta is equal to 100 and a given one parameter, current parameter, collector current is equal to 40 milliamperes. Find the value of emitter current. Okay, given beta is equal to 100 and collector current is equal to 40 milliamperes. What is beta? Beta is equal to IC by IB. Okay, CE configuration. In CE configuration, transistor gains, that is equal to IC by IB, that is equal to 40 milli by IB. From that, IB is equal to 0.4 milliamperes. Once you know the IB current, what is the relation here? Transistor relation IA is equal to IB plus IC. Then that is equal to 40.4 milliamperes. Okay, like that here in this problem, a given beta value and one current value, collector current value. From that beta is equal to IC by IB. So once you know the beta and IC, we can easily calculate IB. Once you know the IB and IC, IA is equal to IB plus IC, that is equal to 40.4 milliamperes. Next, another problem. A transistor has beta is equal to 150. Find collector and base currents if IA is equal to, right? Okay, a given beta value, beta is equal to 150 and a given IA is equal to 10 milliamperes, right? Now alpha is equal to relation between alpha and beta. Alpha is equal to beta by beta plus 1, that is equal to 0.993. Okay, once you know the alpha and beta, here previous you given beta and you calculated the alpha value. What is alpha is equal to IC by IE. So from that 0.993 by IC by IE, from that calculate, you can easily calculate IC. IC is equal to 9.93 milliamperes. Once you know the IC, already given IE, from that calculate the IB value. So IB is equal to IE minus IC, that is equal to 0.07 milliamperes, right? Next, another problem is determine the value of IB and IE for the transistor circuit if IC is equal to 80 milliamperes and beta is equal to 170. Okay, here almost similar to previous, but instead of IE given IC, right? Okay, here the beta and IC given. Beta is equal to IC by IB. From that calculate the IB. IB is equal to IC by beta, that is equal to 0.47 milliamperes. Once you know the IB, IE is equal to IB plus IC, that is equal to 80.47 milliamperes. Okay, next problem is, okay, all are similar to all, these are all the same interrelationship between the three current gains, right? Okay, determine the value of IC and IE for the transistor circuit of beta and IB. Okay, a given IB value and beta value. What is the relation here? Beta is equal to IC by IB. So from that, calculate the IC. Once you know the IC, IE is equal to IB plus IC, that is equal to 25.125 milliamperes. Okay, here in this case, determine the value of IC and IB for the transistor circuit if IE is equal to 12 milliamperes and beta is equal to 100 milliampere. 100, sorry. Okay, given IE is equal to 12 milliamperes, beta is equal to 100. Okay, now here in this one, we have to express here, what is here, alpha is equal to IC by, from that alpha is equal to IC by IE. Just here we require some conversion mechanism here, IC by IE. Then express alpha. Alpha is in terms of beta is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Beta by 1 plus beta is equal to IC by IE. Okay. Now what is beta? Beta is equal to IC by IB. Beta is equal to IC by IB. Here 1 plus beta as it is. That is equal to IC by IE. That is equal to IC by IE. Okay. IC get cancelled. IB is equal to, okay, take this one, right. Now IB is equal to IE by 1 plus beta. Like that we have to derive this one. Like that we have to derive. IB is equal to IE by 1 plus beta. Okay, how this one is derived means by using first write down the alpha. Alpha is equal to IC by IE. Then alpha in terms of beta. Beta by 1 plus beta is equal to IC by IE. Then beta is equal to IC by IB. 1 plus beta as it is. Then IC get cancelled, right? Then from that, what is IB here? IB is equal to cross, just simply cross multiplication. IB is equal to IE by 1 plus beta. So once you know the base current IB, from that you can easily calculate collector current using this relation. IE is equal to IB plus IC. IC is equal to IE minus IB. Okay. Now this is somewhat important. Why? Because just few days back, the same problem given in the supplementary examinations for 14 marks, right? Simple problem, 14 marks. Okay. Here a transistor has IB is equal to 100 milliamperes. What is the given data? Given data is IB is equal to, okay, here there is some small 100 microamperes and IC is equal to 2 milliamperes. Okay. Okay, given data is IB given and IC given. Okay, find, what is find? First beta of the transistor, then alpha of the transistor, then emitter current, and last one is if IB changes by plus 25 microamperes and IC changes by 0.6 milliamperes, find the new value of beta. Okay, that is the problem. Here the problem is given data is IB is equal to 100 microamperes and IC is equal to 2 milliamperes, right? Okay, from that first one is beta. What is beta? Beta is equal to IC by IB. That is equal to 2 milliamperes by 100 micro. That is equal to 20. Next alpha. Once you know the beta, alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. Alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta. That is equal to 0.952. Once you know the alpha and beta and also a given current, right? Base current is given, collector current also is given. Then IE is equal to IB plus IC. Then that is equal to 2.01 milliamperes. Okay, up to this one is simple. All are very simple. By using direct expression, beta is equal to IC by IB, you will get beta value. Similarly, alpha is equal to beta by beta plus 1, you will get alpha value. Then IE is equal to IB plus IC, that is equal to. And last one is, what is last one? If IB changes by 25 microamperes, so IB, so change in IB is equal to 25 microamperes. And similarly, change in collector current IC is equal to 0.6 milliamperes. So from that new value of IB is equal to, so previously it is 100 micro, 100 plus 25, 125 micro. This is not milli, this is micro. Similarly, this is also micro, right? So 100 plus 25, 125 microamperes. That is the new base current. Similarly, new collector current is equal to, previously the collector current is equal to 2 milliamperes. Now collector current changes to 0.6 milli. So the total change is equal to 2 plus 0.6, that is equal to 2.6 milliamperes. Now calculate the beta. Notice beta, beta is equal to IC by IB, that is equal to 20.8, right? Like that you have to calculate the currents if we given any one of the current gain and one current from the using the interrelationship between the current gains, so you can easily calculate remaining two currents, right? Once you know the one current gain and one current value, you can easily calculate remaining two currents, right? Okay, that is about problems. Okay. Next, we enter into another important concept in bipolar junction transistor is BJT, bipolar transistor in saturation region. Okay, what is meant by a saturation region? Already we know that in BJT, two junctions are there. One is emitter base junction. One junction is emitter base junction. And second junction is collector base junction. CBJ, collector base junction. And one is emitter base junction, right? So far we discuss active mode. In active mode, emitter base junction should be forward bias and collector base junction should be reverse bias. Okay, that is in active mode. But now coming to the saturation mode, in saturation mode, okay, already this one is same as it is. Emitter base junction is forward bias, whereas collector junction also forward bias. Remember this one. Here in this case, both junctions are forward bias only. Remaining collector current flows mechanism, base current flows mechanism, everything is same. But here what happened means, here in active region, only here observe the base. Okay, this is the emitter and this is the base and this one is the collector, right? This is the emitter, this one is the base and this one is the collector. Now you can take some values. Suppose this one some 0.9. This is 0. So this junction is forward bias. Okay, when this junction also forward bias, observe here, base is connected to 0.9 volt. Now collector, for it is reverse bias, suppose here it is a 10 volts. Okay, NP is connected to 0.9, N is connected to 10 volts, that is in reverse bias. Okay, now that mode is called the active mode. So far we analyze the transistor in active mode. In active mode it acts as an amplifier circuit, right? Now coming to in saturation, observe when VCE, right? Whenever VCE value less than 0.9, observe here, what is base voltage 0.9 here. Okay, here I am considering a typical value here. Whenever the VCE, if VCE less than 0.9, let us assume, suppose instead of 10 volts, if VCE is, suppose I am saying 0.4 volt. Now observe the bias conditions here. What is here? P type is connected to 0.9 volt. N type is connected to 0.4 volts only. Now here anode greater than cathode. Now this is anode and this is cathode. This is also cathode. Why? Because two diodes are there. In BJT, two diodes are there. Okay. Here anode value is 0.9. Emitter cathode value is, that is 0 volt. So no doubt emitter base junction is forward bias. What about here upper cathode? Upper cathode means collector, right? Now collector is connected here VCE. Suppose if VCE is equal to 0.4 volts or up to 0.8. Okay, still anode greater than cathode. This junction also forward bias. When this junction also forward bias, what happen? Here the holes are diffused into this side. Here in holes also diffused into this side. Right? Electrons moving from emitter to collector here. Observe here at collector region here. What is conventional current here? Conventional current is opposite to the electron direction. This is the conventional current. This is conventional current, but there is a opposition here. This is a whole current. This is whole current here. This is due to the collector base junction is in forward bias. These two are in opposite direction. Okay, this is the whole current. This is the electron current. But conventional current is, this is electron current. This is whole current. Conventional current is this one. So conventional electron current and this whole current is opposite. So that what happen means net collector current reduces. Remember here. In transistor, in saturation region, net collector current reduces. Once again here the concept here it is okay, whenever the both junctions are forward bias, what is the value so far we are assume? This is 0.4 and this is 0.9, this is 0. Okay, no doubt both junctions are in forward bias. So volts diffused into this side, electrons this side and electrons into this side. Now observe here the collector base junction. This one also forward bias, so that volts diffused. So whole current is the conventional current. But is what is conventional electron current? Conventional electron current is opposite here. This is the conventional electron current what we follow. This is the IC current. But there is a whole current which will oppose the IC current in collector base region. Observe here. This will oppose this junction. Okay, this is also diode here. This is forward bias. The majority carriers cross here. So that this current will oppose the IC current. So that net collector current in saturation decreases. Whereas base current increases, right? Observe. When collector voltage drops below base voltage and the forward bias the collector base junction, base current increases and decreases the current gain factor and beta. Once IC decreases, what is beta? Beta is equal to IC by IB. Beta is equal to IC by IB. Okay. IC decreases means IB also decreases. Sorry, IC decreases, beta also decreases, IB increases. Okay. And there is a sometimes there may be here some resistor is connected here. Now this will become VCC. Now here this voltage will become VCE. So now this voltage become VCE, not this voltage. At that time this VCC is equal to 12 volts. We have to choose the resistor value such a way that VCE is equal to less than 0.4 volt. Okay. Then only both junctions are in forward bias. Okay. This is the large signal model of saturation region. Previously in active region, okay, previously in active region, there is no this diode. Okay, only available base to emitter. There is a one diode. That diode is in forward bias, and this is open, and collector to emitter. Okay. Now, due to the collector base junction also forward bias, so there exists a diode. Observe here, apply some KCL at this node. What is IB? IB is equal to this due to this path, due to this path also. So that IB current increases. Okay. Apply KCL at this node here. What is IB? Previously in active mode. In active mode, there is no this diode because this is in reverse bias. But coming to in saturation region, there existed diode at base and collector junction. So there is a current. Okay. Now IB is equal to sum of this current and this current. Then what about here? Collector current here. Collector current flows in this direction. Okay, previously there is no this one, entire collector current flows in this direction only. But due to the diode BC, okay, here D indicates diode, B indicates base and collector. Okay, collector base junction diode is in forward bias. This current will oppose the IC. So it will reduce the net amplitude of IC current. Right? Remaining expressions all are same as already we derived. What is collector current? IS reverse saturation current into exponential VBE by VT. Similarly, this one is IS2 is equal to VBE by VT. Okay. Okay, same observe here. Already I explained this one. This one is forward bias. This is a one path. Okay, this is also one path. Okay, this is collector current. This will oppose so that net collector current decreases. Okay, okay, here in detail explanation here in terms of expressions here. So collector current expression is Is into e power VBE by VT. Observe here, this diode is in forward bias. This base to collector junction voltage is VBC. What about this current? This current is equal to ISC or IS e power VBC by VT. So the total net collector current reduces. In active mode previously there is only one Is into e power VBE by VT. But due to the collector base junction forward bias, it will flows opposite to the collector current. So it will reduces. How much times here expression ISC reverse saturation current into e power VBC base to collector junction by VT. Okay, this much of current subtracted. So that net collector current IC reduces. Okay, what about base current here? Base current is equal to increase. Why? Because we apply some KCL at this node. This is original IB and this is extra, right? So already you know the collector current. Now base current is equal to IS by IB into e power VBE by VT plus this much of current. How much this current? Reverse saturation current e power VBC by VT. So here the conclusion here it is in saturation net collector current reduces, base current increases. Remember these two equations are important, right? Whenever transistor operated in saturation region, net amount of collector current decreases, whereas net amount of base current increase. Whatever may be the quantity, whether it will increase 1% or 2%. Okay, overall collector current decreases, base current increases. Okay, when it happens, remember, when it happens here, by observing this one, VCE decreases. Remembering, VCE decreases to, and it will be less than to VBE, then only it will transfer enter into forward bias. Okay. Now what happened means beta forced IC by IB saturation, it is less than or is equal to beta value in active region, right? Okay. And one more observation here is, in an analyzing the circuit, we can determine whether the transistor is in saturation mode by using two tests. Okay, how we can determine? whether transistor operated in saturation region or whether transistor operated in active region. One possibility is check the collector base junction forward biased more than 0.4 volt. Okay, check the VC value. If this VC value is less than or approximately equal to 0.4 volts, then we can say that that is in saturation region. And also second one is IC by IB. This IC by IB, okay, record the IC current, IB current, and this ratio IC by IB is less than the beta value, is less than the beta value, then we can say that transistor is in saturation region. And there is a one more transistor deep saturation when VCE less than 0.2 volts. Okay, there is a one more condition. Okay, deep saturation region, if VCE is equal to 0 point or less than 0.2 volts. Okay, now the overall characteristics of transistor characteristics here. This is the collector current, already we know. So far we know that this graph only, straight, this is horizontal lines, right? Okay, all these are all in the forward active region or simply active region, right? Forward active region or simply active region. What is this symbol minus plus indicates? This junction is in reverse bias. Why? Because it is a P, here it is a N, here also N. So this PN is forward bias, this PN is reverse bias, right? That means P connected to minus, N connected to positive, this is reverse bias. Now in saturation region what happened? This is also forward bias. Here the P, okay, this is P and this is N, this is also N. This is forward bias, this is also forward bias. Now how to analyze here? Observe left side the graph. VCE reduces, not increases, right? VCE reduces. What about collector current? IC also reduces. Once again here this concept here it is. Not this color. Okay, choose. VCE, okay, there is a one vertical line V1 less than V1. If VCE decreases, okay, what about collector current here? Collector current also decreases. Observe here. VCE decreases, collector current also decreases. Collector current decreases, beta also decreases. Right? Okay, this is towards like this in this fashion. VCE decreases, collector current IC also decreases. Okay. Here in deep saturation region, suppose the base to emitter one is 800 millivolts. If collector to emitter junction is 200 or less than 200 millivolts, then we can say the transistor is in deep saturation region. In deep saturation region, VCE becomes almost constant. Okay, 200 millivolts. Now in deep saturation region, one more important observation here it is the transistor loses its voltage controlled current capability. Okay, that is the deep saturation region. Whenever transistor operated in deep saturation region, the transistor loses its voltage controlled current capability. Already we know transistor, the main functionality of a transistor is voltage controlled current source. Voltage controlled current source. That property is not exist in deep saturation region. Okay, observe this sentence. The transistor loses its voltage controlled current capability and VC becomes constant. Okay, that is about transistor is in saturation region. Okay, here overall concept is In transistor operated in saturation region, both emitter junction and collector junction both are in forward bias. Okay, when it becomes forward bias collector junction, when VCE is less than, okay, up to you can say 0.4 volts, less than 0.4 volts, we can say that collector base junction also forward bias. Okay, the important observation is in saturation region, collector current reduces, base current increases. If VCE reduces to 200 millivolts, then you can say that is in deep saturation region. Whenever transistor operated in deep saturation region, it loses its property, voltage controlled current property. Next, come to the PNP transistor. Okay, mainly for all switching purposes, all this we are used NPN transistors. Okay, there exists PNP transistor also. Here the BJT means here. What is meant by BJT here? Expansion. So far we are not given here. B indicates bipolar. Here the B indicates bipolar. Bipolarity. Okay. Bipolar junction transistor. If the bipolar means what is the polarity? That means current conduction taking place through holes and second one through electrons both. So current conduction in transistor taking place both charge carriers, electrons as well as holes. In NPN transistor, majority of current flows due to electrons. Coming to the PNP transistor, majority of current flows due to holes, right? Same in active mode. Okay, observe here, this is PNP. Okay, here it is emitter terminal, base terminal, and it is a collector terminal. Okay, here in forward bias, what is here? Emitter base junction should be forward bias. Okay, in active region, emitter base junction is forward bias, so that emitter nothing but P type is connected to the positive, here N type is connected to the negative, so that this one is forward bias. Similarly, collector base junction. Okay, observe here base N is connected to positive terminal, here P is connected to the negative terminal, so that this junction is in reverse bias. Now what about current flow here? Observe here, whenever this junction is forward bias, majority of injected volts diffuse here in this direction, electrons diffused in this direction. Why? Because this junction is forward bias, we are neglecting the depletion region. In forward bias, we are neglecting the depletion region, so that electron cross here, holes injected holes cross here. Now here in this case what happened means there is some recombination of holes. Due to this, number of holes reduces. Okay, only recombination percentage, it is less than 5% only, right? And majority of holes will be attracted towards the negative terminal of the battery, right? Okay, this due to this, how these holes are attracted towards the negative terminal of the, due to large electric field. Why? Because this is a reverse bias junction. There is electric field created. Due to this large electric field, all these diffused volts are attracted towards the negative plate of the battery. So that here the majority carriers are holes, hole current. Hole current is the conventional current. Okay, now the current flows from emitter to collector here. Observe here, current flows here, emitter to collector. This is also conventional current. Why? Because hole current is the conventional current, right? Okay. Okay, we are almost neglecting the recombination, so that IE emitter current approximately equal to collector current. Okay. The same as in NPN transistor, in base region also, we have to draw the density of charge carrier. In PNP transistor, Okay, in base region, what is the density is hole density. Okay, this concept is same as NPN transistor. Here in NPN is the electron density. Here in PNP it is a hole density, right? These are all the connections. Base to emitter junction is forward bias, and base to collector junction is in reverse bias. Okay, in large, okay, same graphs in detail here. And observe here the hole density. Hole density is maximum at forward junction and minimum at edge of reverse bias junction. Observe here. This hole density is maximum at forward bias junction and minimum at edge of reverse bias junction. And this arrows indicates somewhat recombination taking place at the base. Okay, these holes are this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. A majority of holes flowing from emitter to collector region. Okay, there is a less percentage of recombination at base region. Okay, these are the some edges of comparison between NPN and PNP transistor here. How we are going to connect? This is NPN transistor. Okay, generally, a load is connected at the output terminal. That is a collector here. This is PNP transistor here. Here this also load is connected at collector terminal here. And these are all the some connections, active mode and this is the active mode here and saturation mode. These are the saturation mode here. This will become plus and this will become minus. Why? Because this junction is forward bias. In active mode, this junction is in reverse bias. The figure above summarizes the direction of current flow and operation regions for both NPN and PNP transistors. This is about transistor operated in saturation region as well as transistors are PNP transistor connections and the current flow mechanism in PNP transistors, and also we discuss problems also, and PNP transistor collector current, base current and emitter current expressions. Okay, same as NPN transistor current expressions only, but the thing here is instead of VBE, here is the VEB. Same, IC is equal to IS into E power, previously VBE, now it is VEB, reverse. IB is equal to same IC by beta, IS into exponential VE by beta, right? So IE is equal to beta plus 1 by beta, IS into E power VE by beta. Okay, this is not discussed, this is discussed in next class, early effect. Okay. Large signal model for PNP transistor. Okay, now this is what is here, emitter current here. Why? Because majority of current due to holes only. Holes flows from emitter to the collector. Okay, some few percent is recombined at base region. Okay, exactly opposite to the NPN transistor here. Okay, this is about current direction. Emitter current approximately equal to collector current, only few percentage at the base region. Okay, this is about today class. Today mainly we discuss three important topics. One is problems on DC current gains, and second one is transistor operated in saturation region, and third one is PNP transistor and current components in PNP transistor and PNP transistor current equations, right? Okay, if you have any doubts, please post in our WhatsApp group.